Thank you. All right, I think we're ready. Let me be the first to welcome you on behalf of the school's administration, our athletic programs, our athletic directors, our coaches, and, of course, the Paragould Athletic Booster Club. So, welcome. Before we go any further, those of you who will, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight. We are so grateful and thankful for the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us, these wonderful facilities, the administration we have, these wonderful coaches, and, of course, the student athletes. We're very, very blessed, and we're very thankful. And I pray, God, that you help these student athletes to never forget where their talents, their abilities, and their opportunities come from. They come from you. I pray, God, that you are honored and glorified by all that is said and done here tonight. I ask this in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. First thing I want to cover, just quickly, on the front page of your flyer, there's a list of the Booster Club board members. It's a pretty thankless job, so I want to take this moment to thank them. They work really hard, organizing, ordering. They go to meetings and committees. They work in session. They do a lot of things behind the scenes that makes all of the things the Booster Club does possible. So I think it would be fitting if we give them a round of applause. Secondly, if you look below that, there's a list of the things that the Booster Club has purchased. The purpose of the Booster Club, of course, the school has an athletic budget, and each coach has an athletic budget, but sometimes there's gaps, and that's what the Booster Club does. We fill in gaps. We've spent over $20,000 just this year alone. We purchased the I Made a Difference T-shirts for the teacher recognition program, the T-shirts for the school district's summer youth camps, pro batting cage for baseball, volleyball backpacks, CO2 for the football runout, and an ad in Hooten's football magazine, Arkansas football magazine, and a new tarp, infield tarp for tarp roller and cover for softball. We also provide meals for all the away games. Not all the away games, but the ones where they really travel far. And I think the last total I heard, we spent over $21,000 on just meals alone this year. So that's what we do. And then we work concession, and part of that money comes from concession. But if you look on the back side of your flyer, that's where the bulk of our money comes from. The generosity of these business members and individual members donating to this school and to this program, they make it happen. I wish I had time to go through the whole list, but you can read it. If you have opportunity to spend money at their company, I would encourage you to do so as a way of saying thank you for your generosity. Let's see, a couple more things I need to cover. On the front side, the awards presentation is wrong. So we're going to go by something totally different. Couldn't be helped. We were supposed to have this ceremony last night, had to be rescheduled because of conflict. And then in doing so, there were some coaching conflicts for having it tonight. And so we had to redo the list of speakers. And coaches, I hope you know when you're going, because you may be a little slow if you don't. I do have a list right here, so I'm going to leave it up here for y'all so y'all can announce the next coach. Students, if you do receive an award or a certificate from your coach, Miss Amy Glenn is going to be in the student lounge. Please make your way back there after you get your award to get your picture taken. I think that's it. I think we're ready to get started. So we're going to start off with junior high girls basketball, Coach Milligan, followed by senior high girls basketball, Coach Tate. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Milligan, and I do the junior high girls basketball. Before we get started, I would like to recognize our 7th grade girls basketball team. I'll just have these young ladies just stand up for me. Callie Jackson, Abby Miller, Sarah Cole, Aubrielle Lurie, Anaya Dorsey, Zakiah Faison, Kalia Baker, Mariah Branch, Yasmin Hernandez, Bella Hernandez, Presley Parker, Casey Lamb, Joshia Hells, yes, Sydney Black, and Brooklyn Key. This group of 7th graders that we have coming up, just really quick, we are really excited about them. They're a really athletic, good, hardworking bunch of girls, so we're really excited to have them coming up to junior high with us next year. Before we get started with junior high, really quickly, want to thank the Booster Club for the meals that they provided for us this year. Coach Kelly Stewart for stepping in and helping me as much as she does, Coach Tate and Coach Mandy Ballou as well. Just those two are always quick to answer any questions and just lend an ear when need be, and I'm very thankful for each of them and their friendships and mentorships. As far as our junior high girls basketball team goes, I'll go ahead and call them off, and if you can, you young ladies, go ahead and come up here for me. Madison Farmer, Hadley Luke, Brooklyn Lambert, Ava Beasley, Micah Rolson, Mackenzie Snyder, Carly Boone, Ashley Spurlock, Cortierne Armstead, Eva Goff, Kaylee Fields, Hannah Kinney, and Abby Mosslander. Okay, our junior high basketball team this year, they were an absolute joy to be around. Always smiling, always encouraging of one another, which is refreshing to see at times. They worked really hard, and I don't know if you caught it or not, but we only do have 3 9th graders on this team. So whenever we look at our 8th grade bunch, with that 7th grade bunch coming up that I mentioned, the future is pretty bright. Coach Tate and I have talked about that, and it's exciting. So these young ladies, like I said, they were a joy to be around this year. They played exceptionally hard. Our best player on the court was our hardest worker, and that is something special whenever we have that. That's a very positive thing moving forward, and hopefully that trend continues and they stay together as they are. They all get along well. They all work well together. So lots of positive things with this group. We'll go ahead and get started with our offensive award first. This is going to go to a young lady with a lot of natural athletic ability. And there's a few people that this could have gone to, but according to the numbers we were able to pull and stuff like that, this individual is just really hard to guard, has a lot of untapped potential, and she is the hardest worker on the team and was also our best player, Ava Beasley. Okay, and defensive award. This also could have gone to a couple of our student athletes. This individual is she is a great kid, and I can't even help, whenever I speak about her, I can't help but smile. She's competitive. She's very, very quick and very, very fast. She did a great job of frustrating the offensive player that she was guarding. She also did a great job of frustrating her coach at times. But she's got a lot of positive attributes about her moving forward for sure. And she's just an 8th grader. And Ava's also just an 8th grader, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. But defensive award's going to go to Micah Rolson. Okay, and our Lady Ram Award, this is going to go to someone that's got some toughness, some grit, never stops. There were times that, things get challenging. We may want to stop, we may want to give up, but this person did not do that. She also, as young as she is, she can stand up and say, hey, my bad, I messed up on that. And she also helped hold others accountable, which is nice to have as a coach. Whenever you have someone like that on the floor. She is our hardest worker on the team. The sky's the limit. I'm pretty sure I said that same statement last year about this kid, but the sky's the limit for this kiddo, Lady Ram, Ava Beasley. And our Mary Bachelor Award, this award goes to a 9th grader year in, year out. This is someone that goes above and beyond. At the end, they just want to win. They want to do whatever they can to help the team win. Accountability is a big deal with this individual as well. And she was our voice on the court, our chief in a number of ways. Always willing to help our younger ones, always willing to speak up, even though it may not have been the most popular opinion. She was definitely able to do that, and always in the right tone of voice, which is important, especially at this age. That Mary Bachelor Award is going to go to Hadley Luke. And this is your junior high Lady Rams for 22-23. Good job, guys. Coach Tate.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Tate. I am the head girls basketball coach. I want to acknowledge my assistant, Mandy Blue, and Coach Giles, Alonzo Giles. Want to say what a wonderful job these two have done this year. At a time when this has been a very difficult year for the program and myself with having so many losses, and Coach Blue really stepped in for this team and really got them going when I was out. She had them rolling, and I know that was tough for her, but I want to acknowledge her and Coach Giles. So if everyone would give them a round of applause, because they really deserve it. I lean on them for a lot. They give me a lot of, bring a lot of knowledge to this team, for the young ladies as well. And I really encourage them to speak and talk, because Mandy, obviously, she's one of the champions for this school. She's been a state championship player and also a state championship coach. So she brings up a lot of knowledge to the team. So I wanted to acknowledge her and Coach Giles. All right, so as I go on, I want to bring up our student athletes, and then I'll speak about this program. As lettermans, I'm gonna go from the 9th grade on up. Hadley Luke, if you would come up and join us on stage when I call your name. Keely Lamb. Anaya Lurie. Madison Harrell. Hallie Benson. Dixie Williams. Reese Rolson. Shakira Brown. Kayla Lambert, Kaylin Lamb, and Kimari Brown. As I speak about these young ladies, this has been a great year. We were 19 and 7. We finished the year 19 and 7. We've had some ups and downs, but I can tell you this: they were the hardest working group that I've ever coached, and very coachable. I challenge them on a daily basis. I know that that's something that, you kind of get some back from, but, on the challenge, I challenge them to be excellent every day. And I know that, as a coach, they think that I can be hard, but I think the results from that and their willingness and hard work that definitely showed this year with this group. Any of these young ladies could have gotten the awards that I'm about to present. And first award I want to present is the Most Improved Award. This award, it goes to this young lady. She improved from last year to this year. She really spent a lot of time in the gym. She was getting here early in the morning when she was struggling. A very, very coachable young lady. She did exactly what I asked her to do, and she improved over the course of the season to where one game I think she made like 7 or 8 3-point shots, and I think that was very rewarding to her. Was rewarding to our team, but she showed a lot of grit and just improved each and every day, came with a great attitude, and just worked hard every day. And this award goes to Reese Roslin. All right, my next award is to a young lady who came to practice, never complained. I know she has been the hardest working young lady that I've had in this program. Very selfless. She puts the team first, and she's an excellent defensive player. With her, on most games, I'll say every game, it's like she's 2 or 3 players when she's out on the floor, getting the rebounds, stopping her player, then going and helping out, stopping and helping out with the other players if they get beat. I can't speak enough about her. A great character. Again, she comes to work, comes to the practice every day, ready to work, and just put herself on the line for this team. And that award is the Defensive Player of the Year, and it goes to Michaela Lambert. Oh, she says she complained every day. But she is great. All right, the next award is our Lady Ram Award. This award is given to the player who demonstrate throughout the season, throughout her career here, has demonstrated the team spirit of being a lady Ram in Rams athletics. They exemplifies team focus, having that unselfishness and commitment to the overall performance, team performance. She is willing to help out in any way that benefits the team and the team members. Another one is her attitude. The attitude, very positive, role model. She's willing to help anyone. She stays after. I mean, even as a senior, she's doing the laundry, and I'm telling, those are for the lower class kids. But she's going to always be there. And I could have given this award to a number of these kids up here, student athletes. I mean, they really goes out of their way, great role models, and just have great attitude. But as we were talking, me and the coaches, one person kept standing out, and this award goes to none other than Kaylin Lamb. And my last award, which is the most valuable player, this award goes out to the student athlete that has consistently been the most consistent player that we've had in our program over this year. In performance coming, she's just our all in all go-to player, offensively, defensively, blocking shots. She just has been the most important player on our team. When she went down with a ACL tear, I mean, our team was devastated, and emotionally, and also as far as, it was right there at the end of the season. So it was very difficult for us to get our composure back. But, with that being said, that showed how important one player can be to a team. But then yet, like I said, she was the most consistent over the course of the year. And this player is Kimari Brown. And I just wanted to acknowledge her, although she's not here. She's making that money. So she's at work. So she called me and just let me know that she wasn't going to be in attendance, but I wanted to acknowledge her. So with that being said, this team, we were second in the tournament, Mountain Home tournament. We were second in our tournament at home, and we were set. I can promise you this: we were set to at least be in the finals of the state tournament. And even in that game in the state tournament, these girls they persevered when their backs was against the wall. Their coach was kicked out of the game back here. And, they came together, and we came within 1 point of winning that game. And, when I came in and I spoke with them after the game, I told them that our future is really bright because the incoming players that we have and the players that we're bringing back. I mean, Michaela Lambert, she's a most valuable player. She's a all-state player. She's a all-conference player. You have Dixie Williams, a all-conference player. She came off the bench for us and was very solid for us. You have Keely Lamb, and Hallie Benson. She started a couple games for us and really came in and really helped us out. And then with our newcomers being Hadley Luke, she definitely playing the entire year on the junior high team, and then coming up, and I want to say it was your first game up. She started the game for me. So, that's pretty wonderful. And I say that in saying that, we have high goals for next year, and hopefully we can get to where the unfinished business that we had this year. So I present to you the 2022-23 Lady Rams basketball team. And I guess it's boys, junior high boys basketball. Thank you.
Can I get the junior high boys basketball team up here on stage? No. All right, my name is Coach Garmuth. I am now the one of the senior high assistant basketball coaches. But I was the junior high basketball coach this year, and my assistant was Caleb Williams. He is not here tonight. He is at his son's pre-K graduation. But I just would like to thank him for all the hard work he's done. He has helped me more than he ever knows, and any coach in Paragould that's a head coach would be lucky to have an assistant like him. And I want to thank Coach Watson for allowing me, this is my first year here, to also lead these young men up here. But, you know, we went 1-22 this year. You know, people can talk about good records, bad records, but one thing that these guys don't understand, it's not necessarily the wins and losses, but it's the dash that goes in between those. You know, the hard work, the sweat, the tears, the 6 a.m.s they put in, the ice baths they put in, the times they threw up, the times they wanted to kill me, the times I wanted to kill them. You know, that was what it was all about this year. They learned how to love and they learned how to work hard. So, you know, kudos to them, and they made it through it. And I've told them once, but I would do this year all over again. But we're going to start out with the first award tonight, and that is the Rebound and Tough Guy Award. I would also say he's probably the most improved from when I got here this summer to now. He was our main big man that stayed on the floor. And to rebound in this conference, you have to be tough. He never complained. He always did what I said. And that award goes to Wyatt Eccles. My next award is the Offense Award. Award that goes to really the guy that had to bring the ball up every single possession the first half of the year. He started out the year as a 4-man, but he ended up having to take a new role whenever we didn't have our whole team. And so he was able to get the guys where they needed to be. He was able to distribute the ball, and as the year went on, he was able to shoot it a little bit. So this award goes to Jacoby Hodges. So I want to clarify for this group, since they always wanted to argue about it, who the best shooter was of this group. It was a guy down the stretch that started making shots. He wasn't just a shot taker, but he was a shot maker. And it was somebody we could sit in the corner and they were going to have to guard. So this award goes to Braylon Cox. This next award, you know, I preached hard work every single day. It's our Hustle Award. And I tell them there's a difference between somebody that works hard and somebody that's a hard worker. All right, somebody that works hard can come in every now and then when they decide to, I want to win this line drill, I want to show up early one time, I want to do this. But a hard worker is somebody that you don't have to be like, hey, come on, like, go harder. This guy shows up every single day. He gave his all. He didn't complain. And, you know, everybody wants somebody like this on their team. So the Hustle Award this year goes to Aiden Chipman. My last one is the Ram Award. This goes to a guy that if I wasn't going to be there at practice, that I could text him and say, I need practice ran. And everybody would work hard, and it would get done just like it would if I was there. This guy would text me. He would say, Coach, can I get in the gym? Coach, can I get up extra shots? Ask for ice baths. Most people don't want to do that. This kid was a leader, and I love this kid with all my heart, and the Ram Award goes to Will Butler. And that is it for junior high boys basketball.
Okay, I'm Coach Watson, the senior high boys basketball coach. I first like to start by thanking my staff. Coach Tim Lamb and Coach Daniel Davis are my assistants, and they do an excellent job. And they're a big reason why we have seen some success last couple of years. I also like to thank Coach Garmuth, Coach Williams, our junior high coaches. Not only did they lead those young men, they also helped me. They would watch film, bounce ideas off of them, and things like that. There's no doubt with my staff, they are 100% bought into this program and this school. And I appreciate them, and I thank them for that. So you can give them a round of applause, please. All right, I'm going to call out the team with the letters, and if you would come on up stage as I call your name. First year letters: Carson Reed, Lucas Deathridge, Cole Chipman, Jesse Ballou, Logan Lane, Cannon Dillport, Corbin Phillips, Jordan Crossfield, Thomas Slayton, Alejandro Marti, Lucas Harden. Second year: Reese Randleman, Caleb Giles, Corbin Bailey, Nate Brittingham, Garrett Brown, Lane Holden, Caden Dillport. And then my 3-year letters: Nick Lambert, Gage Kinder, Nelson McCaney, and Gavin Hall. While they're handing those out, I do want to talk about this group. It's a special group to me. If you didn't make it out to watch us this year, you missed out. These boys, they're really close group, probably the closest group I've had since I've been here. They're all friends. They pull for one another, selfless, and I can't help but say the senior leadership really showed through this team. We had some success, probably more success than some people thought we did. We kind of surprised some people, but you didn't surprise the coaches, because we knew they had it in them, and we knew how hard they work, and really appreciate those guys. Let's get to the awards. First award, First award goes to Best Three-Point Percentage. This person made 35 three-pointers, and it was close. There were several people close to him, but he led us with 35% from the three-point line. Like I said, made several threes for us, made some big shots for us, and that goes to Jesse Blue. The next award is Most Assist. This one might surprise you a little bit. He had 67 total assists, averaged 4 assists a game. He was wasn't our primary ball handler. He was last year, but he kind of had to take a new role this year because we were missing some parts, but he stepped into that role. One of the most selfless people I've ever met. Hard worker, does everything like you would want. Mom and Dad, I know y'all are so proud of him. Y'all have raised an excellent young man. Most assists for us was Caleb Giles. All right, the next one will go to Best Free Throw Percentage. This person has led us in free throws the last 2 years, I know, maybe the last 3 years. He's the one guy at the end of the game. Teams know if we get it in his hands and we got to lead, the game's over. It changed a little bit with the shot clock now in play. Probably didn't get to shoot quite as many free throws as he would have if we didn't have a shot clock, but he still made a lot of free throws for us. He finished up at 85%. He was in the 90s for much of the year. I think the wear and tear on his body, all the minutes he put in, dropped him just below 90 at 85%. Best free throw percentage goes to Gavin Hall. Next award is the most rebounds. He led us in rebounds most every night, double-figure rebounds a lot of times in conference play, averaged 7 total rebounds a game. I've already mentioned him once. He's a great guy, selfless. Most rebounds goes to Caleb Giles. Most points scored. Most of y'all already know this one. He averaged 20 points per game for us, reached a milestone of over 1,000 career points. First one since I have took over the head role to get to that point. He's an overachiever. He does more with what he's got than anybody I've ever met. He works as hard as anybody you'll ever meet. Puts time in the gym like nobody else. I think the last 2 weeks I probably let him in the gym to shoot probably out of the 14 days, probably at least 10 of them he's shot still shooting in that gym. There's a reason why he averaged 20 points per game and 1,000 points. It wasn't just because he's natural ability. He worked for it, and he deserved it. And I can't wait to watch him play at the next level. Most points scored, Gavin Hall. Ram Award. Ram Award, special award for us, comes to somebody who is selfless, not selfish, willing to lay his body on the line, good attitude, brings leadership, says the tough things when they need to be said, the things that aren't popular necessarily, not always the nicest or the most friendliest, but they need to be said because he cares about his teammates and wants them to be better. He led us in charges this year, hit a huge shot in a big game for us. He was there every time we needed him. Actually, I think he was hurt 2 games, and we really missed him those 2 games. But I can't say enough about this kid. He gives it everything he's got. Always doing the tough thing. He means toughness. The Ram Award goes to Nelson McCaney. We did have 3 all-conference players this year. The 3 that made all-conference for us this year are Gavin Hall, Caleb Giles, and Nelson McCaney. And then we did have 1 All-State this year. All-State in our conference is a pretty big deal. If you ever see the list of All-State in the 5A East, most of those have been stars at the next level. We were fortunate enough to get 1 in this year as well. All-State, Gavin Hall. Just a few closing remarks. I want to thank the Booster Club for all you do. You don't realize how nice it is to be able to go into a restaurant before games and not worry about if everybody's got money, things like that. Booster Club pays for that. That's a big deal for us. They step up any way we need. Anything we need, they step up, and we really appreciate that. I do want to say something special. This group of seniors probably is like a senior group I've never had. And they're really special to me. Those 5 guys have stepped up and really led this program. Parents, thank you. Thank you for letting me be their coach. It truly is a privilege to be able to coach your kids. And seniors, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all you have done for this program. And you mean more to this program than you'll ever know. And you young guys, I hope you learned and watched and can continue it on. I know from practice the last few weeks, these guys are taking over the torch, and they're going to keep this program moving forward. Thank you very much. This is your senior 22-23 boys basketball team. Junior high track and senior high track will be next, followed by girls soccer and boys soccer.
Okay, if I could, let me go ahead and have the junior high girls track to go ahead and come up here, please. While they're coming up here, we did track quite a bit different actually this year. There were a number of people involved, and just want to give a big thank you to these guys for helping us out. Coach Mosley, of course, Coach Tate, Coach Heston, Coach Justin Lovell, Caleb Caston, Drew Crawford, Coach Burrow, Coach Garrett, Coach Johnson, Coach Wagner, Coach Wright. They're sitting in the back there, and they were a huge part of our track season this year, 7th grade, junior high, and high school. They were a huge help for me. They did anything that I asked, anything that we needed, and I am very thankful for each one of them and the role that they played in this track season, and I look forward to working with each of them in the future as we move forward. Our junior high girls track team, We do have a few that are not here, but I do want to make mention that on our junior high girls track team, 7 of the 11 are 7th grade girls, and that is part of that group that I mentioned earlier with basketball. They're the core part of that group, and they also did, and they would get frustrated this year, at some of these track meets. They're competing against 8th and 9th graders, and that's what I really tried to encourage them and tell them, that it's okay. You're a 7th grader. We've had to pull you up, and they held their own. They competed. We had several win a number of events and place and do well. So again, this is that group that is very exciting that we're pretty pumped up about coming up. For junior high track, we do have 4 awards, and we'll start with the running awards. This young lady runs a lot, and she started out as long distance, and she's kind of shifted to a middle distance person. Her best at the 400 was 1:02, and the 800 at 2:46. She's part of the 4x1 team. Honestly, we could put her in something that's longer distance if we needed to. She's flexible. She's got a positive attitude. She's really good to work with. Not only with myself and the other coaches, but with her teammates. But our running award will go to Kaylin Edwards. Our field events, we have a young lady who is a 7th grader who did the shot and discus all year round for us, and she was very dependable, very consistent. Didn't have to go searching for her. She came in. She knew to do her warm-up a certain way. She did it. She went and worked on her events and what the shot and discus. And as a 7th grader, her shot was at 29.5, and the discus was at 72.6. And she's, again, we're excited about those numbers, and I know that those will just go up from there. But our Field Events Award will go to Casey Lamb. We do have a Newcomer of the Year award for junior high track this year. I spoke to the coaches and felt like it was very appropriate considering the number of 7th graders that we have coming up and helping us out so much. This is going to go to a young lady who, to be completely honest, if she were to work at anything on the track, she could do it and compete in it. I'm confident in that. She plays multiple sports, very athletic. She's going to grow, and as she becomes more confident, she'll be a crucial piece to this group coming up for sure. She was a 1/10 of a second away as a 7th grader from beating our school record. For the 200, she held a 28.94, and again, that's just a 1/10 of a second away from beating our school record. So we are really excited about this kiddo, Callie Jackson, Newcomer of the Year. Okay, our RAM award is going to go to someone who spent a lot of extra time on the track, did anything that we asked. I know that there were some days that nobody else was up at the track, and she came up and did some things and just constantly worked and constantly trying to improve her numbers and get better. Again, positive attitude, and really great with teammates, and wants to win, and so that RAM award is going to go to Kaylin Edwards. And this is your 22-23 junior high girls track. Okay, if I can have the junior high boys, if you guys can come up here, please. Okay, so for our junior high boys, we do have a few of these guys that are not here either tonight. The majority of them are. I do want to also make mention that we started out the year using 1 or 2 seventh graders, and as the year went on, we ended up using more and more seventh graders. These guys were phenomenal to work with. We have got great kids here at PSD, and every day these guys come straight from football. And, you know, we're expecting them to go straight from football straight into these track workouts, and they do a good job of that. They're willing to listen and do as they're asked, and they're a fun group. They get along great. They push each other. They encourage one another, and they get after each other. And you know, I've really enjoyed them. Let's go ahead and move on to the awards. For the running award, this young man, in every single meet, this young man was first or second in his events. And the meets that we go to and the competition that we have, that is difficult. And he ran the 800 and 1600 for us, and every time, first or second. So the running award will go to Will Butler. For the field events, this young man is someone who there was no question of where he was, what he was doing, having to look over our shoulder and keep up with him or go check on him. He was consistent. He was dependable. Great kid. He threw a best this year at Jonesboro of 96.6. We're excited to see where that number goes in the future, considering the background there. But our field events award will go to Wyatt Hancock. And Wyatt is not with us tonight. Okay, our newcomer of the year for junior high boys, this young man, I got to know him this year, and he was one of the ones that went to every single junior high meet as a seventh grader. Great kid, a lot of fun, wanted to win, just very, very competitive, has that competitive edge. And he is going to be a big part of this upcoming seventh grade group also that comes up. He can do multiple things. He's one that we could put him in something, he could work on it, and he's going to compete, okay? And that's what we want. So newcomer of the year will go to Jay Edgar. Okay, and we do one last one, and that is the RAM Award. I got to know this young man over the course of the year, and he's an impressive young man, very driven, comes straight from basketball in his basketball clothes, and just immediately Coach Lovell would start, do A, B, C, and D, and he did it, no questions asked, hands down, was successful in everything he did for us this past season. This individual has a very bright future ahead. He's already been talked about a little bit tonight, but the RAM Award's going to go to Will Butler. These guys make up your 22-23 junior high track team. Okay, if I can have the senior high girls track, go ahead and make your way up here for me, please. Yes, that's fine. Go ahead. Okay, for senior high girls track, we have Starlin Edwards, Kaylin Lamb, Keely Lamb, Michaela Lambert, Anaya Lurie, Ellis Starling, Dixie Williams, and Jaden Brown. These young ladies, I've coached a number of them in junior high girls basketball and watched them kind of grow up before my eyes to some extent, and they're fun to be around. They come in, they work hard. Every day, a number of them have jobs. They have other responsibilities that they are responsible for, but they come in and they do as we ask. And track is not a sport that you can just show up at and win first place in, especially with who we compete with. So this is a lot of hard work, and these young ladies work very hard to get to where they are in their event. We'll go ahead and start with the running award. This young lady currently holds all of the distance school records, the 800, which is at 2:26, the 1600, which is at 5:40, and the 3200, which is at 12:31, and that's actually a venue record that was set at Marion. She did make it to the state meet this year, and we had a bit of an unfortunate accident right as her race began, and she did run, but she was injured, so we are looking forward to next season, I think it's fair to say, and but we are expecting very bright things for this young lady. She has a very bright future ahead of her as far as track and field goes. And she does a lot of running. As I said, she does not just wake up and do this. I've never seen someone run so much. So the running award goes to Starlin Edwards. For the field events, we have someone who comes out every single day, does the very best that they can, dedicated, committed, consistent with what they do. I've had this young lady since she was in the 7th grade, and it's been a joy to watch her grow, and now she's going to be graduating this year. But I could not be more proud of this individual. Her shot is at 31.6, and her disc is at 97.4. Field events will go to Kaylin Lamb. Kaylin is also our 4-year letterman for girls. Okay, we also have a Lady Ram Award. This is going to go to someone that is disciplined day in, day out. Things don't always come easy in track. You've got to work for it every single day. If you take time off, it is noticeable, and it will hurt your numbers. You will get backed up, and you've really got to be committed to it. This young lady is great with her teammates. She pushes them. She wants them to genuinely do better and tries to talk them through stuff. And our Lady Ram Award is going to go to Starlin Edwards. And this is your 22-23 senior girls track team. Okay, boys, senior high boys track, if you could come up here, please. While they're coming up here, I'll go ahead and call their names out. For our boys this year, we have Carter Ballou, Will Butler. Go ahead and please make your way up here. Eric Copeland, Dominic De La Garza, Zachary Freeman, Xander Hinkle, Rashad King, Michael Lawrence, Logan Lane, Jathan Moore, Orlando Oliver, Hayden Rabba, and Jalen Simmons. These guys, we are missing some of them tonight. I know that some of them would not be able to be here. This is another group that came straight out of football, lifting weights, running, and straight into track workouts with different track coaches. These guys, I can't say enough about their attitude, their work ethic. They tried to soak up everything that each coach said to them in whichever event, because they all do numerous events, of course. Each coach that, spoke to them and tried to direct them, they tried to soak up as much as they could. A fun group, and we're, next year we're hoping to kind of build on this, and because a lot of these guys that did track this year for senior high boys, they were first-year lettermen. So we're hoping to kind of build on that next year, and we're excited about that and getting some of these guys the experience this year and moving forward. The running events, we have our fastest guy that we had. He could do any of the sprints. We could throw him in some of the distance if we needed to, relays. He was in those for us. But our running award will go to Eric Copeland. And he is not here. Our field events goes to a young man who he's pretty versatile for us. He shot discus. He moved over to long jump. He was part of the relay for a brief period of time whenever we had some injuries, but he has a great attitude. We were actually talking about this student athlete today. Great kid, a kid that you want in your program. You cannot go wrong having him in your program. But the Field Events Award is going to go to Xander Hinkle. And our RAM Award is going to go to someone who is an outstanding young man, down to earth, extremely hard worker, wants to do his best and everything, very helpful, very encouraging of his teammates, always trying to push his teammates to do better. Fantastic young man, has a very bright future. The RAM Award's going to go to Orlando Oliver. And he is a 4-year letterman, and he, however, is not with us tonight either. We are missing quite a few of these guys. I knew that we would be, but this is your 22-23 senior high boys track.
Good evening. Glad y'all are here. I'm glad I can't see you because I'm a nervous wreck, or it's 132 degrees in this room. I can't see your hands, but maybe they're in the air. We got a big team, and we're going to start by introducing them. They all dressed up, and I know they want to show off. So here we go. Coach, you ready? This is Lady Ram Soccer, and I'm Coach Inman. This is Coach Lovell. I won't say the other Coach Lovell. He's out here, and he's not going to be happy about that. But this is Coach Lovell. And we're happy to have her. She's our first-year assistant coach, and she has been an awesome add to our team. I know these ladies think so. So starting with our first-year letterman, Emily Alvarado, Jennifer Batten Figueroa. And why don't you hold them all? There's a whole bunch. I promise you'll just be clap silly. I'll just read them all. Jennifer Batten Figueroa, Linda Dilton, Kirsten Dillport, Ashley Escobar, Belen Gonzalez, Kelsey Goodson, Lizzie Gutierrez, Maddie Harrell, Tabby Pewitt, Jessica Roberts, and Molly Schultz. That's just the first year letterman. Come on up, ladies. Second year letterman, KJ Beeman, Ashley Dilton, Estelle Garcia, Jillian Glasgow, Alasia Lurie, Brianna Membrano. I think I got that one wrong. Moms and dads, I know your kids by other names. These are not the names I normally call them. So I will get a few of them wrong. Daniela Morales, Kat Posey, Melody Rangel, Nicole Webb. Those are your second year lettermen. Our third year letterman, it's a short group. Abigail Cole, Nancy Perez, Reese Rolson. Come on up. And I'd be remiss if I didn't invite our three managers who have worked their tails off this year for us. Ensign Etten, Hannah Gonzalez, and Elena Mercado, who's been doing it for about 12 years, it feels like. Come on down, ladies. Some of you have herded cats, so you know what it feels like to herd teenage young ladies. I want to say the first thing, I've heard stories about this. I was raised by people I respect, but gratitude was always a big thing in our house, to say thank you, to hold a door for someone, courtesy. And I really quickly, there's no way I could get to everyone, but I need to say thank you to a whole lot of people who make this possible. Coach Lovell, our administrators, Coach Tate, Coach Chipman, the trainers who we absolutely could not live without, the folks who take care of our grounds, the folks who schedule our buses. I make sure I have one to drive, and we don't want to talk about buses tonight. The Booster Club, who absolutely have fed us. That's a large crew, and they've fed us numerous times. The parents who allow us the privilege and the honor of coaching these kids day in and day out, who give us a lot of grace when we're not at our best, and our managers, but especially the players. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're going to give out 2 awards, and I promise it's a short story. If you know me, it's not possible, but I promise it'll be short. And then we're going to give out 4 more awards. The first 2 awards are Fighting Lady Ram awards. Sometimes literally. The first will be for offense, and in soccer, this kid gives as much as she gets. She's known throughout our conference, probably statewide. Teams key on her. They try to slow her down, but it's not really possible. Our Fighting Lady Ram for offense this year is Reese Rolson. Is she here? This one is actually a smidge more literal. This is a Fighting Lady Ram for defense, and you don't have to come across her more than once to learn a lesson about how hard she'll kick a ball, how hard she will stand up to you. Her football playing background probably doesn't hurt, but our Fighting Lady Ram for defense is Nicole Webb. Okay, for the short story. We have 4 C's that our kids memorized. They were on little cards that some Booster Club members made for us for free, and they were awesome, little credit cards. And the 4 C's, if I get them wrong, ladies, you can tell me. But the 4 C's are counted, courageous, competitive, and compassionate. Yeah, I'll probably start crying. But it means a lot to me. Those 4 C's, we keep some stats, but at the end of the day, when we go out in the real world, when we leave here, and I don't mean that this isn't a real world. It's tough to be a teenager, especially a teenage young lady. But when we go into that new world, no one's going to ask how many goals Reese scored. She might tell them, but they're not going to ask, I promise that. They're not going to ask how many saves Jillian had. They're not going to ask how many kids she laid out when they're talking to Webb. or how many games you cheered for. But what they are going to want to know is, what is your character? The big C. And this team is awesome. So these four count for way more than anything in the whole world. These are what I want to send out in the world. These are the kids you're going to be proud of. These are the kids that I love, that I know you love. And here's why. And we could give a C to every one of these kids, but we have to choose. Counted can mean kids who brought more to the team than we brought to them. Can also mean kids who they came to us and they made the most of the opportunity. They were counted. And then there are kids who made sacrifices to be part of the soccer team. And I've got one of each of those. And they represent a whole clique of kids on this team. Ashley Dilton, you are there every day. Rain, shine, snow, broken legs, boot, helmet. I don't care. She'd dive in from an airplane. And she is there with absolutely the best attitude you have ever seen. She never fake high fives me, Harold. And she represents the most of being counted. She is always there. And she is always there. She is there emotionally, spiritually, physically, and that's all you can ask for a kid. So there's one of our other counted, Brianna Membrino, I think I got your name right this time, gave up band and probably 4 rings in a row to dedicate herself to soccer, and she doesn't miss it for anything ever, and that speaks a lot. She is counted every day. And this kid right here that I'll mention, this third one, is a kid who took the opportunity for soccer and made the absolute most of it. She became counted. And that's Jessica Roberts. Yeah, you probably saw some reactions from these kids, probably from her. Today was not her day. She came to practice. She didn't have her gear, and it not entirely her fault. And she ran back to my classroom, got some gear, put it on, came out, and gave everything she had because it means so much to her to be around her family, her sisterhood. And how can you deny that? That's the definition of counted. Courageous. This young lady got I don't know which order it was, I'll probably get it wrong. She got a concussion because she got kicked in the head. In soccer, you don't kick heads, you kick the soccer ball. But she is a goalkeeper, which means she goes to the deck to stop the ball from going into the net, and she's fearless. She's got absolute courage. So she got a concussion. The day she came back, we put her in the game, and due to some poor coaching, she ended up in front of the goal with a striker. She went to the ground, and she got kicked in the nose. And it was broken, and she stood up, and she did the whole nose rocket thing, red blood, and she was a bloody mess, and she kept playing through that game. And there were games where it was 10-0 at halftime, 14-0 at the end of a match, and no matter what, she found the internal courage to go back out there and stand tall in front of a goal against anybody, anywhere, at any time, and that's Jillian Glasgow, wherever you are, Jillian. Speaking of 14-0, I'll tell that story in a second. Yeah, they don't want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. In this game, at the very end of the match, the referee told this player, hey, could you chill down, buddy? You're not going to score 15 goals in the next 9 seconds. He was going to probably call foul, maybe a card. He'd been on her the whole game. The last meaningful thing the referee did in that game was to get on our player for fighting. I mean, playing hard, being competitive to the very end. KJ Beeman, that is the definition of competitive. Not give up 1 second of a game where you didn't think in your heart we could win, but in your heart you were just dumb enough to think we could. And it is awesome. Thank you. This last one, strangely enough, may not feel like a sports-related one, but it may be the most sports-related one. You don't play, I don't believe in, I don't know, there could be games out there, but your competitor is every bit as important as your team, because without him, you practice and train and you're with your team for what purpose? You want to go out there and test your competitive spirit, your courage, you're being counted. And being compassionate for your teammates and the other team and for other people, and to truly care and to bring those concerns to coaches, to teammates, to shepherd them through things, especially when this kid needed those very same help, and then she shows it to others. And I think she'll be a little surprised to hear this, actually. Abigail Cole. Thank you. If there's something going on the team, she's got the scoop. She'll spill the tea. She will tell you what's up because she cares about her teammates, and I mean that in the best way possible. Now for a short story. All of these 4 C's, we went to Valley View, and outside of when I was a player and got beat 15-1, and that was rough. But the most lopsided coaching defeat was 14-0 at Valley View this year. Our team, it was about halfway through the season, our team picks up its gear, goes to the sideline, heads high. The last shot in that game was Reese Rolls when Clankin went off the top of the crossbar. It should have been 14-1, Reese. And KJ almost getting a yellow card for defending too hard. The last 2 meaningful things of that game were our team going at it. They come over to the side, heads up, shoulders back, pick up their gear. They cheer for the Rams. They get on the bus. They're steely-eyed. They don't cannibalize each other. They don't yell at each other. They don't point and fingers and blame. They accept responsibility. You talk to them. They say, yes, coach. And then they say, when are we going to be at Chick-fil-A? Because this team more than once has been in a restaurant and another team sees their energy, their positivity, no matter if we win or lose. And they have come up and said, who'd you beat? I said, we just lost 9-0 to Cabot. And they're like, that's, and I mean this, they think it's awesome. They say, how are your kids so well adjusted? How do they accept life is not always going to be a win? You don't have control of everything. You had better learn how to deal with the setbacks in life. And our kids, they're resilient, and they understand how to do that. And they also win with grace. I have never been so proud as I was of a group of kids when we lost 14-0. And by the way, that's on me. They were not well prepared. But they didn't even point and yell at me or coach. They did what young ladies, mature people do in the real world. Out there, they act the right way. And I could not be more proud. Ladies, you guys exemplify the 4 C's of counted, courageous, competitive, and compassionate. Thank you very much. And I think that deserves a round of applause. That's my short story. And I'm almost wrapped up. Today I went to a meeting and nominated for all state honors. And this is open to all 9th through 12th grade across the state. KJ Beeman, Reese Rolson. Congratulations. Our nominated all-star, seniors only, is Jillian Glasgow. Congratulations. And our all-conference named kids were KJ Beeman, Jillian Glasgow, Reese Rolson, and Nicole Webb. Congratulations, ladies. And our season isn't over. We came in second in Marion Turney. That was a nice taste. We would like to go 4 games deep and win the whole thing starting this Thursday. We invite you to come out to our stadium. We don't know when we play yet. It's either 10 or 2. But we'll be playing against Harrison in our stadium here on campus. We're hosting a state tournament. We're playing in it. These hardworking kids would love to see you out there cheering for them. I couldn't be prouder to be their coach. Couldn't be more grateful. Your 22-23 Lady Rams soccer team. Coach Olson, you're up. Congrats, ladies. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. Congrats, ladies. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Worms. Congrats, Phil. Congrats. Congrats. Roberts. Promise it's not me again. Do you need any help?
Good evening. He wasn't lying. I can't see anyone. My name is Mark Yosson. This is Coach Powell. I'm the head boys soccer coach. He's the assistant. Probably the best assistant I've had in a very long time. He made my job very easy. He handled all our busing, all our budget stuff, and when I was fortunate enough to get kicked out of a game, he had to coach 2 games in a row. So he has an undefeated soccer coaching record. So I'd like to introduce to you your boys high school soccer I want you guys to come up in the following order. Four-year letterman, Braden McFarland and Nicholas Garcia. Three-year letterman, Amara Tadasi, Eskenda Michael, Luis Ernesto Montalvo Teles. Two-year letterman, Griffin Osborne, Chasen Lesion, Vinay Kumar, Victor Ramirez, Ethan Wells, Justin Hinson, Foster Waznegger, Rayleigh Stevenson Wright, Peyton Ben Ware, Angel David Cruz, and Aiden Brock. One-year letterman, Dominic De La Gaza, Samuel, I will not try the last name, Alvajo, Conrad, Abdullahi Tadasi, and Abdisa Omer. While they're grabbing their letterman certificate, so this is my first year coaching in high school. I've coached club for a long time, and winning was never on my list. I never have winning on my list. What I like to do is develop players and develop their character. So the main thing we wanted to do this year was to set a standard for ourselves in the way we acted in the classroom, in our grades, our attendance, and how we played on the field. Because when we work on those little things, then we become good soccer players. So the winning that we did this year was just a result of the hard work these guys put in. They went 9-8-3 overall. 5-6-3 in conference. At the meeting, we found out today that we missed state tournament by a tiebreaker. So we had, thank you, Coach. We had the same record as Batesville. The tiebreaker was head-to-head, and because they beat us in one game, we did not make it state this year. But we're very close for what they have achieved this year based on the last 2 years. I think we had a very successful season. I am going to start with our awards with outstanding defenders. We have 5 defenders that could all have gotten this award. 2 of them did, one of them being Braden McFarland and the other Conrad Schwerin. Coach Powell, got you. Braden was also nominated today for All-State and All-Star, which is a senior nomination. For our Outstanding Midfielder Award, this is a player that held it down in the middle for us. Every team that I've coached, I built around the number 6. And this is a guy that makes sure that every attack that was coming from the opponent, he did his best to break it down. And for a small guy, he had a very big engine and played a lot for us. That award goes to Foster Waznegger. The Outstanding Forward Award, this is a no-brainer, right? There's no argument. This player, in as many games as we played, had 33 goals. I don't know what the school record is, but that's the most I've seen a forward score on any team I've coached on. Our second leading goal scorer had like 6, I think. So he's leaving us this year, so we're losing a lot of goals. That award goes to Samuel. Our Most Improved Award, these are 2 players that from fall till spring improved dramatically. One of them ended up being a consistent starter for us. The other one was able to get into our rotation. This award goes to Rayleigh Stevenson Wright and Abdullahi Tadasi. Our Newcomer Award, this is a player that I did not like playing against in scrimmages because he'd always make you look silly. And he was very shy, so he wouldn't smile in your face. He'd turn around and just giggle. He's one that our opponent always had to be ready for. At the coaches' conferences today, they didn't mention him as one of the players they always had to look out for. And that award goes to Abdisa Omer. Our team first award, this is a player that could have consistently started on the team. It's a player that I chose not to start and bring him off the bench instead. He did not complain once. There was a game that I remember him playing 6 different positions, and he never complained. So the team first award goes to Griffin Osborne. Now, we have a few players that were nominated for all conference, and that award goes to Samuel, Braden, and Foster. This group of boys, I'm really proud of every single one of them. In that I came in with a different mindset and different style of coach that I responded very well to. I expected a lot from them, especially with their grades and their attendance, and they responded very well. For them to go, I think there were 8 or 7 last year in conference, to basically competing for the 4th spot in conference, to me, it's a very good achievement. Even though we didn't achieve every goal this season, I believe that we had a very successful season for as young as we are. So I'm really proud of them. I'm looking forward to what it can do in an upcoming year. This is your 20, 22, 23 senior high boys soccer team. And we have softball and baseball next.
Can't see anything out there. All right. First off, my name's Coach Marty Williford, Coach Kiana Kate, Coach Madison Scott, Coach Melissa Williams. These are my assistants. I'm going to go right to them. They have been solid for me this year. This has been one of the toughest years that I have had on a softball field. Trying to get everything together. We took a trip to Gulf Shores over spring break, and the ladies planned everything perfectly. They did a great job where we're eating, to rooms, different things like that. So I would like to thank them for kind of holding everything down for me. Like I said, it was a tough one on me this year. So I appreciate everything that they've done so far. There's lots of people that we would like to thank this year. The Booster Club, I know many coaches have talked about the Booster Club. They paid for us some meals when we went to Gulf Shores. They paid for meals when we'd go an hour away from Paragould. They bought us a tarp this year. We got a cover on it that says Paragould Rams on it. It's very nice. Got the weights for it. We got us a backstop net coming. All kinds of things that have been purchased that they've gave to us. We'd like to thank administration, Coach Chipman, Coach Tate. One guy that I would really like to thank is Coach Shatsley. He does an amazing job. After it rains, he'll call and tell me how many inches we got, and the field is wet, and we don't need to be on it probably. And, I mean, when it's ready to mow, it's mowed. It's in immaculate shape. Coach Amy Glenn, I work with her every morning, and she's always on top of things, asking, when we play, if we're going to get a cancellation. She's always having a social media post out there, and it's always really flashy and always looks cool. Lets the parents and fans know if we're playing or not. I'd like to thank the parents for all that they've done. Like I said, we went to Gulf Shores, and they chipped in a lot. Bought meals, food, snacks, whatever you can think of. They did it. It was absolutely amazing. We had a Winter Fest. We shared with baseball, and a lot of folks brought silent auction items for us to raise money for our teams. That was a huge success, and if it wasn't for those parents, it wouldn't be as successful. I'd like to thank our trainers. They do an amazing job with our students. I know a lot of ours need ice after games for knees, shoulders, elbows, whatever it may be. They're always there. The fellow coaches for working with us. If we need in the field house, they're willing to work with us most of the time and get us in there and give us a spot where we can hit or do some fielding or something like that. So we'd like to thank them. Like I said, we went to Gulf Shores this year. This was a first for us. We went, hopefully, trying to gain some time where we can bond as a team and kind of hang out. We went to the beach just about every day, played games every day. I mean, it was an amazing trip. It was a great eye-opener. We had some first home runs. I'm not going to get into any names because there was quite a few of them that we had, but very exciting when you have a player hit their first home run ever. Very busy season, very busy season. We are going to start off with introducing the players, and then we're going to go by letterman. All right, 1 year letter, Lucy Hunt, Madison Farmer, Hadley Luke, Macy Straight. Come on up when I call your name. 2 year letter, Maddie Langston, Andy Pillow, Molly McPherson, KK Massey. 3 year letter, Lauren Stanley, Kylie Williams, Shelby Messer, Grayson Cooper, Kaylee Eccles. We had 2 seniors this year, Hadley DeFries and Kayleen Rowe. All right, we are going to start out with our first award. It's Most Improved. This young lady had come in and done a pretty amazing job. We've had her play catcher. We had her play first. I don't know, she might have played second, a little bit of outfield. Wherever it was, she come in and done an amazing job. Her hitting and her catching really improved. Her hitting really improved the second half of the season. Her catching, she come in when we had some injuries or different things like that, and come in and caught some very important games for us. And that person is Maddie Langston. All right, next award is Rookie of the Year. We just started this one, I believe, last year. This young lady, watching her field the ball, I'm like, man, she needs a lot of work, but we're going to get it. Needs a lot of work, we're going to get it. Her at bats, she really struggled, but she came along and she worked hard. And I give her trouble all the time, saying she's so strong because she's always having to wrestle cattle. It's going to be Andy Pillow. Andy started to really impress us at Gulf Shores, hitting the ball, getting on base. I mean, just done an amazing job. That's where she won her spot in the lineup, and she didn't give it up the rest of the year. She hit her first home run this year, which was really good. She thought it just went over the center fielder's head, but it went over the fence and just kept rolling. So the look on her face when she got to second base was absolutely amazing. Rookie of the Year, Andy Pillow. All right, this young lady, second year I've had her. She was a manager 1 year, and I knew she was going to be something pretty special. We had her play first a lot. When we moved defenses around, she played third some. Did a great job. Diving catches, backhands, I mean, just did it all. Just very impressed by the way she moved from first base to third base and just went, and she knew where we were going when we had to shift defenses when different pitchers come in. That is Golden Glove is Molly McPherson. All right, Silver Slugger Award. This young lady never ceases to amaze me when she's at the plate. She batted .486, had 36 hits, 8 doubles, 4 triples, 2 homers, 13 RBIs. She was also our full-time catcher. Had her for the last 4 years. She's extremely loud, but she leads the team in loudness, for sure. I know in the dugout, she's always screaming, yelling for kids to come on, let's go. And she's also a cheerleader as well, so that shows. And that Silver Slugger is Kayleen Rowe. All right, Golden Spikes Award. I think Shirley knows who it's going to. You can watch Hadley in practice, and she's all over the place. She's trying to catch every foul ball she can. She's trying to field every grounder and throw it to first that she can in practice. Games, it's the same way. And a lot of people, and she had 19 stolen bases. That's part of it. But this kid is all over the place. If you come to watch any of these games, it was absolutely amazing watching her on the field, run the bases, field the ball, whatever it was. I mean, she was doing it, and she was going full throttle at it. Golden Spikes goes to Hadley DeFries. All right, we had 2 pitchers this year. We used both of them quite a bit. When one would start to get hit a little bit, we'd bring the other one in and kind of slow things down. Lauren Stanley and KK Massey were both our pitchers. They did an extremely great job this year, and it's KK's second year of pitching, so she's done phenomenal in her second year. Coach Madison has worked with those two, and they've really, really done a great job. This is our first year for it. It's our Jenny Finch Pitching Award. Lauren Stanley gets it. She had 127 strikeouts on the year, which is great. She had 19 strikeouts in one game this year. All right. Last award, besides all conference, is the Lady Ram Teammate Award. I had to help Coach Inman this year with one of his classes. I taught a CSL class, and I had this young lady come in, and she wanted to play softball. And so we talked, and she was in, and she was out, and she was in, and she was out. And Coach Inman had talked to her, and Colonel had talked to her, and I had talked to her, and told her to come on out. I said, just see what it's like and see if you're going to like it or not. And Lucy didn't hit the field much. She didn't. But in the dugout, she was amazing. The girls love her to death. I love her to death. She's always joking. She's always cutting up something. When it's tense in there, she's always cracking a joke, or her smart mouth is saying something that cracks everybody out. I mean, it's just, she was a great teammate. She was cheering on everybody all the time and just loved every one of these ladies and loved the coaches like crazy. And the Lady Ram Teammate Award goes to Lucy Hunt. We had 2 all-conference. All-conference is Kayleen Rowe and Molly McPherson. I would like to congratulate the girls' soccer team and Starlin. If I'm leaving anybody out on making the state tournament this year, I apologize. But give them another round. They are the only spring sports to make a state tournament this year. That is huge to make it. You know, I read something on Facebook talking about how many teams are in our conference, or how many teams are in the state, how many are in our conference, how many actually get to go, and it's pretty huge ordeal to get to go to a state tournament in the 5A. We don't have a district to play for. We don't have a regional. It takes top 4 out of our conference, and they're the ones that get to go. So congratulations to you ladies. This is your 22-23 Lady Rams softball team.
could have the senior high baseball team go ahead and come up here. Start making their way up. All right, I'm Coach Giles. I'm the senior high boys baseball coach. Just want to reiterate what a lot of the coaches have already said today. Thank you to the Booster Club. They purchased us a brand new Bubba cage for our field this year that we've been able to use. We've used it a whole lot. It saves a ton of our baseballs from flying out of the park. Just a huge convenience to have that, and it really helps us out being able to do batting practice on the field and keep all of our balls from getting damaged. They're about $7 to $8 a baseball now, and so that saves us a lot of money being able to keep all those in play. So, and then along with that, the meals on spring break and all the meals that they give us when we travel, couldn't do what we want without the Booster Club. So a big thank you to them. Also would like to thank all the parents for all that they do for us, bringing the meals in between games, just giving us the time that we can have practices and letting me steal their boys away from them in the spring. So I really appreciate that sacrifice. Some of the parents are probably like wishing that we kept them more, but I do appreciate y'all letting us have them. Want to thank my coaches. As mentioned earlier, Coach Williams at his kids pre-K graduation. We're going to miss him tonight. He's been a great helper for us. And then Coach Aaron Ferguson, and then Coach Tony Forehand. Great coaches. I ask a whole lot of these guys. We're up here working all the time, summer, fall, spring, winter, Christmas break, spring break. We take them away from their families. It is not an easy job to do what we do. And I know a lot of the other coaches feel the same way, but these guys, it's like a brotherhood with them, with the time that we put in and just the sacrifice to keep them away from their families and what they want to do. And I really appreciate all that they do for our program to help make these players better. Also, as mentioned before me, Coach Shatsley, couldn't do what we do without him on the field. He's a miracle worker. That field has transformed over time. It is one of the premier natural surface fields that we'll play on. We will not play on many fields that, if it's not a turf field, it's probably not better than ours. So, a huge thank you goes to him and the countless hours he puts in working on that. He is a tremendous asset to the district as well. Lastly, I want to thank the players for all the time and the effort and energy and work that they have put in, morning workouts, late practices, late games, just everything that we do. Couldn't do it without these guys and the effort, energy that they put in, and I'm really appreciative of that. So these guys, I love them to death. Just a little bit about our team. I won't elaborate too much because I know we still got some more to go. Last year, we were 5-25, really young. We had, a couple guys that we graduated. This year's team, we doubled our win totals to 10. Probably let a few games get away that we should have won as well. We had two starters from last year's team also get hurt. So Corbin Bailey and Lucas Hancock both had injuries this year that prevented them from playing. So, really, we were down 3-4 starters from last year's team when we thought we may only be down 1 or 2. And so for this team to still do what we did is an accomplishment. And I want them to know that. Some notable jumps from last year to this year. Our pitching staff was unrecognizable as far as the last year's pitching staff to this year's pitching staff. There was not a team in the state of Arkansas or any other state for that fact that we were worried about pitching to, Okay, we jumped from an 8.87 earned run average to a 3.685 earned run average, and we're not playing, mom and pop schools down the street. We're playing Springdale Harbor. We're playing Bentonville. We're playing all these big schools, Kennett, and all these other teams that we're playing throughout the year. Okay, multiple schools. They're state championship schools. We play the best in the state. We want to compete with the best in the state because we want to eventually be the best in the state. And so our ERA, playing all those powerhouses, was still just a huge amount better than it was last year. And that's a tribute to the work that they have put in the offseason, in the bullpen sessions, and just their catch play at the beginning of practices. They put focus and effort and time into it, and it has shown. Okay, and I'm very, very proud of that. Our errors defensively, we cut our errors down 33. So we had 33 fewer errors. We only had 104 this year in 31 games versus 137. Our fielding percentage went from 83% to 89%. So still a lot of room for improvement there, but still a big jump for a really young team. So I was very happy with that. Our team batting average went from 175 last year to 213. I know a couple of these guys feel like they probably could have done a little bit better, and I think that's probably true. But when you're in the thick of it, things get tough. And so just a tribute to these guys for battling through and still helping us get to where we want to be. And that team batting average jumping almost 40 points in 1 year. So really proud of the accomplishments that we made. These guys work real hard, and I was happy to see, the success that we had. Maybe we didn't have as many wins as we would have liked, and we didn't make the state tournament like we would have liked to have achieved, but the competitiveness of the games was it's another thing that was unrecognizable. Last year we were run-ruled 18 times. This year we run-ruled teams 3 times. And then all of our conference games were very close, barring one series. We went into the Valley View game, the second game with Valley View, who's, I think, ended up 25-3, number 1 in conference. I think they're number 1 in overall state. And we had them down until, I think, the 5th inning in the second game, and then 1-run ball game going into the last inning, had them on the ropes, and we just ran out of bullets. But, we took everybody. I mean, we were toe-to-toe with everybody. And that was one thing that I was really proud of. It didn't matter who we were playing, the best teams in the state, whoever. We went to the park thinking we were going to be able to compete. And that's something that was lacking here at this school. And I feel like these guys have made that change in their mentality, and they have decided, that we're going to step up and make a change here. And so that has been a great tribute to these guys and the work that they've put in, knowing that they can compete. So we're going to go ahead and we'll do our letterman. Okay, we'll start with our first-year letterman before we get into our awards, and then we'll let y'all move along with the program. So our first-year letterman, I don't know if all these guys are here, so if you're here, just kind of step up and come grab your certificate. Cole Chipman, Aiden Chipman, Carson Reed, Jordan Crossfield, Avery Deering, Wyatt Eccles, Jacob Huffman, Kyle Williams, Braylon Cox, Skylar Gilkinson, Jack Starnes, Rory Long, and Andreas Mesa. Those are your first-year lettermen. Our second-year lettermen, Parker Thompson, Corbin Phillips, Lucas Harden, and Lucas Hancock. Our third-year lettermen, Sam Hunt, Isaiah McChristian, Corbin Bailey, Sean Hood, and Noah Turpin. And then our fourth-year lettermen, Nelson McHaney, Camden Gramling, and Chris Jordan. Hopefully I didn't leave anybody out. I think I got them all. Okay, we'll go ahead and move into our awards. This first award is the Gold Glove Award. This goes to our best defender, and it's not all the same. Positions are different, okay? You play outfield percentages, you should have a higher percentage because a lot of the balls that are in play you should catch. in the air versus infield positions. Some positions are just going to be naturally more difficult fielding percentage-wise. This guy, I felt like, made the biggest jump defensively from the year before. Ended up being just a cornerstone guy for us that we knew we were going to be able to have out there in defense and rely on him to make plays, whether it was a bunt play or just a hard ground ball play in the corner. Felt like this guy really grew as a defender. He made some plays this year that surprised the entire coaching staff, just some diving plays, just laying his body out. I feel like he really took a step in the right direction as far as toughness and grittiness and getting on top of balls and burying them and stuff. And I really felt like, he advanced a lot as an infielder, and I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to progress as an infielder. And the Gold Glove Award this year goes to Sam Hunt. Our Golden Spikes Award, this goes to our best base running percentage. This guy was 8 for 8 stolen bases. Just a tremendous competitor. He does a lot of other things besides base running for us. He's, one of our best team leaders, just an all-around great guy, fantastic teammate, always encourages his teammates to be better. Really proud of this guy, and he contributes in a lot more ways than just base running. But our Golden Spikes winner this year is Isaiah McChristian. Our next award is our Silver Slugger Award. This award goes to our best offensive player, highest batting average, slugging percentage, led in a couple other categories, had the most triples, had the most home runs. This guy is a great competitor. He's a youngster still, and I'm excited to see kind of where he will go with his career. And Silver Slugger Award goes to Parker Thompson. Our Cy Young Award winner goes to our overall outstanding pitcher. Man, I cannot say how proud I am of this guy. Just the jump over year was just something to behold. And he worked really hard, and we butted heads a lot. And I feel like he grew as a player, and I feel like it helped me grow as a coach some too. I'm so proud of what he's done, and I don't think that he's done playing. I think that he's got more in the tank, and I'm happy to see where he ends up going. This guy led the team in innings. He led the team in strikeouts. He had the lowest opponent batting average against. It was, I believe, 284. He had a 3.5 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP. That's walks, hits for every inning pitched. Just the jump in ERA was over, I think, 12 or 13 points. So just night and day different. Competitor, wants to win. Really happy with his progress. The Cy Young Award winner this year goes to Chris Jordan. Next award here, this is our Dirt Bag. We call it Dirt Bag Award. It's our Ram Award. This award goes to one of the toughest guys. I kind of want this award to be the guy that's just getting beat up all the time, just, displays the heart of what we are, never give up, never back down. Things are going really tough, okay? You don't have the option to stop. You've got to keep going because you're the heartbeat of the team. We can't do it without you, and we couldn't do it without this guy. This guy was just invaluable to us as a team. Another incredible competitor, wanted to win, wanted his teammates to do well. I'm very proud to see how he has grown over the last 2 years as a player. Just a fantastic kid, and I'm excited to see what becomes of him as well. And our Dirt Bag and Ram Award winner this year goes to Camden Gramling. Our last award goes to our MVP. Our MVP award this year goes to a guy we've already recognized. This guy, again, has got a lot more coming. I think that he's going to be a guy that, you know, we're going to be able to maybe give this award to more in the future, at least we hope. But I know there's other guys that are going to be coming that are going to be challenging him for that, and that's even in the underclassmen. You know, he's done a lot. His fielding percentage jumped a whole lot. Just as a fielder, as a hitter, as a base runner. Okay, Isaiah was 8 for 8 with stolen bases, and this guy was right there with him on base paths, and then also offensively just at the top, and then pitching right there with Chris as well. This guy just all phases of the game, just an outstanding job. And the MVP, most valuable player for us this year, goes to Parker Thompson. We had 3 candidates that were nominated for all conference. Those this year, again, go to 3 guys that were just workers for us, great competitors, did a lot of things for us, and really helped our team achieve where we were able to get to. And those guys are Sam Hunt, Chris Jordan, and Parker Thompson. I want to thank the seniors. You know, you guys were, you know, just instrumental in us being able to hang in there and do the things that we wanted to do. It's not easy. Baseball is the last sport, so a lot of times, like I know Nelson was beat up when he came over to baseball and had been dealing with a knee injury in basketball, and just his impact on the game was so valuable for us, and just being a good teammate to all those guys, and Chris and Camden, you know, just being with us all year and putting in the work over and over when things aren't easy. I think guys see that and recognize that and understand that, and they want to continue the tradition. And so I'm very thankful to be able to have coached these 3 guys. It's been a privilege to coach them, and I'm excited to see what they all do in their future. So this is your 22-23 Paragould High School baseball team.
Okay, I'm going to try to go super quick. So I'm going to go ahead and call up both junior high and senior high dance teams. Y'all go ahead and make your way up here. For those of you that don't know, I'm Jennifer Wallace, and I coach both the junior high and senior high dance teams. Before I get started with the dancers, let me just tell you, I have managers. Maddie Goldsmith. I also have Aubrey Flezar, who's not over there, Jay Garman, Joseph Davidson, and Kaylee Eccles. And I could not do everything I do without them. They're wonderful. They're super helpful. And they always help me be where I need to be, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to announce the junior high dancers first. The captain is Lily Grace Craft, co-captain Lakin Heron. These are 8th graders: Ivy Jo Holcomb, Bailey Linderman, Victoria Thompson, and Abby Haynes, but she's not here tonight. And then the 7th graders are Bella Hollis, Andy Bringard, Emily McFall, J.C. Stanley, Camry Johnston, Sydney Black. Senior high dancers are senior Aubrey Mangrum. These are juniors, which would be Aubrey's a 2-year letterman, Shaylee Jordan, Talon Woodridge, Zarek Lucas, Liz Davenport, Ella Dickey, Olivia Ellis, Sadie Edgar, Millie Cooper, Kylie Davenport, and Abigail Davis is somewhere. Did I miss anybody? Y'all move your way down here so everybody can be seen. 7th and 8th grade, y'all get in the front. Senior high, y'all get in the back. Y'all know how to make a formation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my awards, and I'm just going to give them intermixed so that we can get this and get it over with. I want to thank everybody who's played a part in helping us. The list goes on and on. I also want to say that they're awesome, all of them. I don't have drama problems. They are an exceptional group of students. Hands down, wouldn't want to work with anybody else. Okay, the first award is the Leadership Award. It happens to go to both of my captains this year. For senior high, it was Shaylee Jordan, and junior high, Lily Grace Craft. I don't ever have to worry about not being at practice, like, right in it. They just get it going, know what's going on. If they're in the gym before me, they've got everything started and going. Okay, now this next award that I'm going to give is called Leveled Up. And, okay, so the Most Improved Award, I'm going to give one of those too, and that's all about dance. You know, they've just been really super successful in dance. Leveled Up, these two ladies have grown in every way imaginable. And one of them, I had a conversation with her and told her, I've never seen a student grow as much as she has in 1 year. It's just amazing. And that's senior high dance team Olivia Ellis, and then Bailey Linderman got the Leveled Up Award for junior high. The next award is performance, and it's self-explanatory, and dance is subjective. You know, we just have to perform what the judges want to see. It's not like you get a point for this and you get a point for that. It's like, did you do what they wanted to see? And the performance award goes to Talon Wooldridge for senior high and Bella Hollis for junior high. I allowed the students to vote for Teammate of the Year, and it just so happened to fall to Talon Wooldridge for senior high and Bailey Linderman for junior high. Okay, now that it splits up, my awards are a little bit different. I'm gonna do junior high first. As I was talking about a while ago, Most Improved. Just this little dancer, I had her in 5th grade, and I remember talking to her family saying, she's got to dance. She's got to be a dancer. She's so good. And from just over this year, her turns are phenomenal. She's just exceptional, and that's Ivy Jo Holcomb. The other award for junior high is a rookie award, and this little girl has turned into a hip-hop dancer. If you watch her, her facials are just, you can't help but want to dance with her, and that's Camry Johnston. Okay, now I have 2 other awards in senior high. The one, I've named it the Above and Beyond because this dancer did go above and beyond. Right before competition season started, she took a tumble like I've never seen before in my life, and she was a very good sport about it. So was her family, but after it, she still came to practice every day. She still walked and watched videos and did everything that you would want a teammate, a dancer. She's super coachable, and it's Ella Dickey. Mm-hmm. And grades are super important to me. In fact, I have several that have over a 4.0. Our senior high had a 3, like whenever we averaged it, it was like a 3.68 or something. But a scholar award goes to Aubrey Mangrum. And this is your junior high on the front row and your senior high on the back row, 2022-23 dance teams.
Okay, everyone, I'm the Paragould Junior High cheerleading coach, and I'm going to go ahead and call the girls up here on stage. Can I get Kaylin Edwards, Alyssa Rose, Ava Anderson, Danny Mitchell, Jaden Ryan, Leona Hickman, Lucy Henry, Summer Riley, Alicia Lurie, Kylie Huggins, Briley Williams, Alea Kraft, Lincoln Vickers, and Kylie Elliott. All right, this year was full of learning for both myself and this amazing group of young women. I'm beyond proud of the things that these girls have accomplished this year. I first met this group of girls at their summer camp, and I watched as several of them received the award for making the All-American cheerleading team. I knew then that they had so much potential, and for most of them, they had their very first competition season and got to show their supporters what they were made of. They have made me proud in so many ways, and it's truly been an honor to be a part of this program. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my leadership award, and this award goes to someone who has been a tremendous leader for our team this year. She goes out of her way to help others and bring the team together. Her work ethic is unmatched, and we were thankful to have her leading our team this year. Our leadership award goes to Miss Kaylin Edwards. My next award is the Amazing Attitude Award, and this award goes to someone who showed up to every practice with an outstanding attitude. She shines her light everywhere she goes. No matter the task, she did it with a smile on her face, and that's Danny Mitchell. My next award is our Team Spirit Award, and this award goes to the cheerleader who was the most proud of her position on the junior high cheer team. She was grateful for every opportunity that was put in front of her and embraced the cheer world with open arms. She has the most contagious smile, and she takes her sideline position to the cheer on the Rams. And the Team Spirit Award goes to Summer Riley. All right, this next award is going to someone who saw outstanding improvements throughout the year. She started this experience very unsure of herself, but has grown into an amazing young lady and cheerleader. I know that she will continue on this path of growth as she finishes her cheerleading career on the senior high cheerleading team. And the dedication award goes to Alyssa Rose. Okay, and then I have the Top Teammate Award, and this award is going to go to the cheerleader who supported her team in every situation. She is dependable and trustworthy, which is an important quality in a teammate. The girls knew that they could count on her to always show up. She is a huge asset to our team, so let's use this time to recognize our top teammate, Leona Hickman. Okay, this next award is going to the cheerleader who pushed herself the hardest. By this, I mean that she taught herself new skills that would make your jaw drop, skills that take some cheerleaders years to learn. She mastered in the span of a few months with only a YouTube video and some soft grass. She set the perfect example of dedication to a sport. And with all of that being said, she still doesn't know how special she is to the Paragould cheerleading program. So this award is intended to recognize her for her effort throughout the past year and to provide motivation to keep growing and learning in the sport that she loves. So the Most Motivated Award goes to Alicia Lurie. All right, and I wanted to say thank you to the Booster Club for providing meals throughout the year, and I also wanted to say a huge thank you to Coach Amanda Davis. She has been the most amazing mentor and has taught me so much along with this amazing group of girls. I'm so thankful to have been their coach this year.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the senior high cheerleaders. If you want to go ahead and start making your way up here. But Good evening. My name is Amanda Davis, and I'm the head cheer coach here at Paragould. And this is my second year coaching, and man, oh man, what a year it was. I was pregnant the whole year. I found out I was pregnant at camp this past summer, and God loved these girls for putting up with me and my hormones. This year's cheer squad was Kaylee Wilcoxon, Kayleen Rowe, Emily Hill, Kyra Bishop, Madison O'Reilly, Jalen Williams, Ashley Ward, Abby Nicely, Aubrey Baker, Sarah Klein, Riley Jamison, Brianna Fuller, Starlin Edwards, Aaliyah DeBose, Madison Langston, Rebecca Archibald, Cami Brown, Emma Watson, and our manager was Libby Wilcoxon. I would like to first thank everyone for the successful year that we've had. We couldn't do it without our administration and the Booster Club or the parents of these girls. I'm forever thankful for everything that y'all have done for us. We had a very successful year. We started the year off at camp with 32 other Arkansas schools. Paragould was awarded several blue ribbons, and they were also awarded the Leadership Award, which was awarded by the Universal Cheerleading Association group members themselves. It was a pretty big award, and it was very special to me because it talked about their character. And if you know these girls, it's to love these girls, for sure. We were the only school to receive the maximum number of athletes that could be awarded the All-American. And if y'all just want to wave, I'm going to go ahead and announce these names. It's Kaylee Wilcoxon, Emily Hill, Kayleen Rowe, Jalen Williams, Madison O'Reilly, Kyra Bishop, Riley Jamison, and Aubrey Baker. Go ahead and give them a clap. We had a successful competition season, bringing home several trophies, including the best fight song. We also ventured and dove headfirst into regional and national competitions. We placed 8th in the December regional competition after having to adjust our routine 20 minutes before the competition started. Our biggest achievement this year was attending the National Cheerleading Association's High School Nationals in Dallas, Texas. We absolutely felt like a little fish in a big pond. I told the girls I would be happy with a score of 90 and would love for us to be considered top 20. There was 42 teams in our division. After our first performance, we received a score of a 92. That was the highest score we have ever received, and we went into the finals top 10. The girls woke up early Sunday morning. They had their Bible study, breakfast, and they practiced until I told them they had to get ready. We hit the floor, and every girl loved everything on that floor that day, and we were awarded 6th in the nation. It was Paragould's first time as a group to go. This group's first time to the national championships. So I'm very proud, and our athletic department should be very proud of these girls. If you've never been to a cheerleading competition, it's insane. Like 30,000 cheerleaders. It was insane. My first 2 team awards were voted on by our team. Our first award is the Teammate Award, and as a whole group, the squad felt that this was their go-to person they could depend on when things got tough, and that's Jalen Williams. Our next award was also voted on, and it is the Spirit Award, and this is the person who made up most of our routines. She is the one that's going to be smiling, and she's the front of our pyramid, I would say, and that's Kaylee Wilcoxon. Just like my other coaches I work with, academics is extremely important to our program, and I have really high expectations, and I will not lower them. The girls have came up to them, and we had an extremely high GPA this year, and one of our teammates worked. She did all-star cheer, she did school cheer, and she kept a straight A average the whole year, and that is Emily Hill. This year, my most improved cheerleader goes to Brianna Fuller. She has overcome so many challenges and is willing to do whatever it takes, and whenever I asked her, she was on it. And I'm so grateful for the effort that she gave me this year. This year's Rookie of the Year goes to Emma Watson. She really stepped up this year and accomplished some big personal goals for herself, which included getting her back handspring as well as becoming a great bass in our stunt groups. And then finally, our last award is the Miss PHS Cheer, and that goes to Kaylee Wilcoxon. She has accomplished absolutely everything she could accomplish as a high school cheerleader. She has been all-state, all-conference, all-American, and she will continue her athletic career at cheering on the Red Wolves. But here's your 2022-2023 cheerleading squad. Oh, the Letterman. Let me hand out the Lettermans. Sorry. Our 3-year Letterman goes to Kyra Bishop. Thank you. And our 4-year Letterman goes to Kaylee Wilcoxon. Thank you.
Well, that brings us close to the end. I have a couple of Booster Club awards that we would like to pass out. Try to get through this quickly. The first one is the Ram Spirit Award. This award, the recipient must be a senior who is actively involved in cheer or dance. They are submitted by the cheer and dance sponsors. The names are, of course, show excellence, school spirit, and that type of thing. The 2023 Ram Spirit Award winner is Miss Emily Hill. But I don't think she's here, so. The next one is the Tim Rand Sportsmanship Award. This goes to a male and a female athlete that must be a senior, nominated by the senior high head coaches. They must demonstrate attitude, a good attitude, both while participating in athletics and elsewhere, dedication to their team, their school, and their community, show good sportsmanship and participation. The 2023 Tim Rand Sportsmanship Award winners are Nelson McCaney and Jillian Glasgow. Okay. The next award is the Jim Bevel Outstanding Athlete Award. It goes to a male and a female athlete as well. The athlete is chosen solely on his or her athletic performance. They are, again, nominated by the senior high head coaches. This is a big deal. The 2023 winners of the Jim Bevel Outstanding Athlete Award are Caleb Giles, and Reese Rolson. Maybe Jacob will get it too, I don't know. The last two. These are scholarships that are given by the Booster Club. The first one is the Harmon Field Memorial Alumni Endowment Scholarship. That's kind of a mouthful. It's a $500 scholarship to the male student athlete who has led it for 3 years. It's a good academic standing. The list of nominees was provided by the senior high head boys coaches. And your 2023 winner of the Harmon Field Endowment Scholarship is Gavin Hall. And finally, one that is very special to us at the Booster Club, it's the Barry Rogers Memorial Endowment Scholarship. Barry served on the Paragould Athletic Booster Club's board for a decade, and he was president most of those years. He served his community in his involvement in the Greene County Boys and Girls Club, his church, and he served his country through the United States Army Reserves. The Booster Club, along with Digging and Hooping for the Cure campaigns, funded this in 2020. It's a $500 scholarship as well. This is for a female athlete, and this female athlete ideally would have a family member that served in the military, be hardworking, actively volunteering in the community, showing school spirit, and excelled academically. Your 2023 Barry Rogers Memorial Scholarship winner is Kaylin Lamb. I think that concludes our program tonight. I know it went a little long, but that's only a testament to the kind of student athletes that we have and the sheer number that need to be honored. Oh, we got one more.
Ask the cheerleaders, senior high and junior high, to go get their photos made if they got an award.
Okay, junior high and senior high cheerleaders, if you got an award, please go see Miss Amy Glenn and get your photos made. With that being said, I think that concludes our program. Thank y'all for coming. Have a good evening.